concern or so it's happening. Maybe that's why people are talking about it. Maybe not. Today we have corporate trainer and ambassador, government leadership consultant, Natasha Wright with us, and she'll be guiding us today on the values of women empowerment and breaking the barrier to gender equality. Good. The barriers that, breaking the barriers that prevent gender equality. Good afternoon, Natasha.
That's correct. It's Natasha. Thank you for having me on Engaged. So excited to have this discussion with you both.
It's important. Well, if you could, I mean, we've heard it all the time, but sometimes, folks like yourself who have lots to contribute to this kind of topic, sometimes you have your own kind of definition of what women empowerment is. What would you call that?
I love this question. To me, women empowerment means women being in similar spaces and uplifting each other. It means that everyone can walk in their purpose and not be worried about stereotype or different biases and, the various stigmas that may be attached to being a female in today's society and having to stick to those so-called systems or it's almost as if they're preconceived notions that we ought to be living by. So women empowerment means lifting each other up in various spaces and also ensuring that the generations to come are poured into so that they can live effectively.
Oh, okay, cool. So there is a sort of a paid forward nature about being an empowered woman.
Yes. Jamaica
doesn't necessarily have the challenges that women face in Jamaica are not expressed in the same way as we might see in terms of in other parts of the world. We have largely most of our households are headed by women. The universities in Jamaica, most of them are women. We have lots of women leaders. 50% of the commercial banks in this country are run by women. So one would look at that and suggest that in this country, at least from a professional perspective, there are many female leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica is in fact top ranked in the world. I think it was a 2015 or a 2017 report citing Jamaica being top ranked in the world of having the most female middle managers per capita in the world, kind of thing, right? And
Yeah.
so you would think that in terms of upward mobility and career, Jamaican women are not having the same experience as other places. Would that be your assessment as well?
Indeed. And as an HR consultant, and the fact that I'm on a lot of different platforms, and they will ask me this question ever so often from various countries: what is gender equality like in Jamaica in the corporate space? And I always tell them, I say, listen, Jamaica, go on with things, because there are, as you mentioned, the statistics between female and male senior managers, senior executives. We are at 50% basically. The last one that I saw was rounding off to 48% to 49. So you could say that we are halfway. We are half and half, and that is great. And it's not just in business; it's in politics. When you look at Parliament, you can see that we have representation. Yes, we have representation. By the women, and that's awesome. Now, there are still other areas that needs to be worked on. For example, in the corporate arena, I can speak to that. While we do have a lot of female managers or senior executives, I can tell you the compensation package is not the same. It's not necessarily the same. And go ahead.
No, I'm saying, okay, I'm listening. I didn't know that part.
Yes.
Even though we have lots of them moving up, they're not being paid the same as the men.
No, not all the time. You have companies who will ensure that they're sticking to their salary scales, and it's based on your qualification and your experience. But it also comes down to what you ask for. So if we're to look at the female and male dynamic, a male will be more likely to stand up for what he wants. He will come and say, yes, I accept your offer. However, we need to renegotiate this compensation package. This could be more, that could be more. The female is more inclined to accept it. And that's something that I use my time and expertise to try and shape or mold, to encourage or women out there to ask for what you believe you deserve. Because there are actually differences and gaps in terms of what those compensation packages look like.
Mm. Yeah. So okay. So we're able to identify some of the challenges that that the women and because you're responding to my question about what appears to be a completely different situation. You're saying underneath that there is some work that still needs to be done. So
Definitely.
Let's talk a little bit about gender equality and looking at some of that same stats. And as an HR practitioner yourself,
yes.
Well, how as a woman who is dedicated to the work of ensuring that women are empowered for this generation and the next. Yes. And working in HR, you have a very unique position with regard to looking at the future. And I talked about the fact that there are more women in university now enrolled in university studying than there are men. You must be concerned that the matter of gender equality to be harder in terms of that happening if the trajectory suggests that very few years from now, most of the qualified people, the larger group of qualified people will be women, which may then mean that, most of the leaders and so on will be women to all the way down to, maybe most of the clerical workers within an organization. What does that do for the equality of the gender?
That's an excellent question.
Have a very female approach. Come again?
That's an excellent question. And let me tell you why. Because although we're on the topic of gender equality and we're speaking to this in terms of, the women and women empowerment, the truth is, especially in our country, we need to start having interventions for our males. Because it's almost as if, our males need that kind of support. Because as you mentioned, in schools, you're right, the ratio from the women to the male, it's so far and in between. And you wonder to yourself, what is going to happen in a few years' time to the men of our nation? And I believe that we need to start looking at various support groups, looking at initiatives, scholarships, whatever it is, starting from community level too. We're not just talking about, when they get to school, but the fact that they're in the home, help the parents to raise them properly, help the mothers, because you have so many single mothers out there, no support from a father per se. You find that the men are more inclined to go towards a so-called don, because guess what, that is his father figure. And so we need to start looking at various programs that we can reel them in, because based on what we are seeing, the trajectory is saying that our men literally, it's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, and that the men are going to be left out.
Yes.
Of anything, there's a threat to that. But you sound like a very aware and modern and an empowered woman yourself with regard to just having that sense of, you have that sense of occasion that things are, yes, we should be encouraging women to be empowered and have a society of empowered women, but clearly there are issues with the men that need to be addressed. But as a person yourself, you have gone through quite a bit.
Yes.
Being shot on duty officer, your mom dying, your grandmother dying with a year within the mom's death of cancer, and having
yes.
You have faced quite a bit of an ordeal. How are you standing today, this empowered woman, before?
Yeah, I'm standing because of those obstacles. I'm standing because of those tragedies that I had to go through at a young age. Because after a period of time, I realized that I had to become somebody. I had to keep pushing because life is not guaranteed to anyone. And I kept saying to myself, even when I was younger and I was in depression and all these different things, I kept saying, boy, if I could only go out and tell one person who is going through something in a similar situation that they can make it, if I can be that testimony to them, then maybe their life would be a little bit easier. Maybe they would be a bit more hopeful. And so, because of that, I kept pushing. Even when the dark clouds were looming, I kept pushing. And I'm so happy that I never gave up because I can now look back and understand that, listen, I had to go through that to help others.
And how are you helping others?
Well, today, my husband and I, we are United Nations Peace Ambassadors. What it means is that we work with the UN on various economic projects just to help humanity in various countries. We work here in Jamaica. We're based here, of course, but we do travel a lot. We are international speakers, we're authors, we are entrepreneurs. Or business that we've started 9 years ago, I must tell you, has actually now employed over 70 persons. And we're Governor General awardees. The list goes on and on, but the main idea is that we believe we are hope dealers. And what we do is we ensure that we go around, we teach leadership principles because we're leadership consultants and trainers, but just to remind people that your life should serve a purpose. We're all here for a specific assignment. And my assignment should be making your life a little bit easier because we're all here to add value to each other. And just by sharing our testimonies, assisting persons with finding jobs, training them, uplifting them, all those different things definitely adds to anyone's journey that we come in contact with.
And what sort of future do you see for Jamaica? I mean, we know we talk about Vision 2030, and I know that the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan has a commitment to redressing long-term systemic discrimination against women and identifying and overcoming the limitations to empowerment of women and men, and ultimately creating a society that values gender balance and equality. I know it's Vision 2030 and this is 2022, so we're
Yes.
eight years away from seeing this world happening. What sort of future do you see for Jamaica?
That is a great question, and I think everyone who considers themselves a leader asks themselves that question. The truth is, we do have a lot of work to do. We are seeing progress in various areas. We see that, even our government, I must tell you, because people like to bash different leaders, but I mean they carry out the mandate as best as they possibly can. But we're seeing different programs, projects that are coming up that are geared towards strengthening our communities and ensuring that our children are equipped when it comes to education. But there is so much more work that is needed at the community level. And you'll hear me say this a lot because the home is really where it starts. Before someone can say that the school shaped their mindset, you have to talk about what's happening at home. And so we have to look at how we can support those families to help the children to stay grounded and to stay away from the dangers and, crime. If you've noticed, I'm sure you're on social media, I hear you guys talking about staying away from the phone. If you are on JCF, the Jamaica Constabulary Force page, you would notice that most of the persons that they are looking for, if you look at the pictures, it's so disheartening that most of them look like they're still in their teens. And in fact, they are in their teens, just touch their teens. And so it is
Yeah.
something that we really have to look at and work really hard at. Even as individuals, we like to complain, but the work really starts with us. So I do believe that we have a long way to go, but we can do it. We can become a better Jamaica, but we need everybody's hands on deck.
And we're very happy that your hand is on deck, Nastasia Wright, the multi-hyphenate UN ambassador, government leadership consultant, an empowered woman empowering other women and having hope for a bright future for Jamaica. Thank you for talking to us today about gender equality and the way that we can break the barrier to that gender equality. Nastasia, make sure you have
Yes.
a good one. And if you have anything coming up that you want us to shout out, etc., we will be happy to do that. So tell us how we can connect with you online as we wrap.
Awesome, sure. I am pretty much on all social media platforms as my name is spelled. It's Natassia, Natassiawright. You'll find me on Instagram. You will find me on YouTube. You'll find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn. And I pretty much engage with people on all those platforms. The name of my company is Mindful International, and our website is www.mindfoodinternational.com. We do all training, leadership consultancy, the whole works. We're speakers. Reach out to us if you think we can add value to your company or your organization. Again, engage. Thank you for having me. It has indeed been a pleasure.
Thank you. It was the best for us as well, Nastasia. Take care.
Yes,
And,
blessings.
all right. I don't know. Do I take a break or straight to the accompaniment?
Let's take a quick break.
You're listening to Love 101 FM, the family station.
Is it a real thing? Speaking in tongues, that is. What does speaking in tongues mean? And why do some people speak in tongues and others don't? Can it be interpreted? And is it really of God? Tuesday, March 15 on The Rock. Join hosts Bishop Harold Steve Blair and guests Evangelist Hurley Taylor and Reverend Bruce Paulson as they discuss this topic, speaking in tongues. That's The Rock. Tuesday, March 15 at 10 a.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
This is Elvis, and this is your world of music. This is your world of music. This is your world of music.
All right. Music gives us soul to the universe, to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Today we turn our ears to a masterpiece. That's the name of the album. We're about to feature the multiple award-winning UK-based singer-songwriter Rachel Carr. She joins us to tell us more about it. Now, Rachel, I don't know if I got your name right. Sometime in Jamaica, other times people say Kerr. Which is it?
It's Kerr. It's Kerr. You got it right. It's Kerr.
Kerr. Okay. Cool. Thank you for joining us, Rachel.
No, thank you so much for having me. It's so wonderful to join you in this way. So thank you for having me.
All right. So I know before we get into all of your music stuff, you have to talk to us about your connections to Yard. You have island in your blood. You've got family in Clarendon, and your dad was born in Hanover. So what's up?
Absolutely. Honestly, you've got it spot on. When I say connection to Yard, Jamaica is home. I'm very much a product of the soil. And yeah, as I said, my grandparents were born on my paternal side in Hanover, Montpellier, and my maternal side in Clarendon, so Maypen. So yes, absolutely, Jamaica is home. And I say, even though I'm not there right now, whenever my family get together, whenever we talk, we bring Jamaica to where we are. So we're not too far away at all.
Oh, that's cool. So that means you have a lot of Jamaican food on the regular, or that's like a special treat.
I always say, if you want to be my good friend, just cook me some good yard food and we'll be happy. Curry goat, mutton, rice and peas, hard food. If you're giving me that, we'll be friends forever.
Well, you and I could be friends forever because the curry goat is my thing. So Rachel, you just made another friend for life, right?
I love it.
All right, so Rachel, okay, so here's an additional interesting mix. You've got a degree in law and sociology. You're a classically trained violinist, and you do music. You have to give us a sense of how do you combine all those interests to be this creative. How does that work?
Well, honestly, I can say that you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. So you're absolutely right. I didn't intentionally go into music to be a musician. When I moved to the UK, when I moved to London, it was actually to do law. So I was trained in corporate law, and that's what I was going on to do. But God has a funny way of making your purpose very evident. And he started opening doors in music that were too obvious to ignore. So I remember speaking to my senior partner and saying, what do you think I should do here? And thankfully, wonderful man who's continued to be a part of my journey, come to my concerts and really support my music career. He said, Rachel, you'd be stupid to ignore these opportunities. So long story short, I continued in music. And he did say, if you ever need to come back, we're here. If you want to defer your entry into your training contract, we are here. And long story short, I didn't actually go back. But it was amazing having that foundation in music, and yes, rightfully so. I've done a number of things, but I think one of the things I'm also very proud of alongside music is the performing arts school that I run now for about 10 years. I started a performing arts school 10 years ago that is really designed to allow people, performers, celebrities, wherever you are in your journey, to be the best expression of yourself on stage with your voice, with your performance technique, and make sure you're really impacting lives when you use your musical gift.
Wow. Your dad as a gospel singer was influential to your journey. How did that tie in?
It's funny. I mean, I remember I just had Natasha Wright speaking beforehand and just talking about the significance of the family environment. Because, of course, I went to school and played instruments, but it's really what you see your parents do and how they relate to things that really sparks your interest. And what I remember was my dad was, yes, a gospel singer, but also a mass choir director. And when I used to see him manipulate harmonies and bring the best out of people's voices and really use music as a tool for hope, use music as a tool for inspiration. When I saw the joy he was getting from that, it's very difficult to ignore that. I think I, over the years, subconsciously thought, hold on, I want some. I want to know how you do this. And throughout the years, as I said, music followed me, but he was absolutely an instrumental tool to allowing me to understand music and just use it as a tool to inspire. Yeah.
How do you describe your music style?
Oh, great question. When it comes to my music, I call it inspirational soul and R&B. So when I say inspirational, one thing I'm unapologetic about is making sure the music has a hopeful message. So I want you to walk away feeling like there's something different about how she sang that or how she said that or the instrument she used. It really is a tool. So I think we know what's going on in the world right now and how much we are in need of hope. And it's great to have music that makes you feel good and gives you a good time. And that's absolutely what's on the album. As you mentioned, my album Masterpiece. But one thing that I was really intentional about was writing music that allowed people to leave feeling self-love, self-worth, affirmations, and anthems they could sing over themselves and into that atmosphere that left them feeling empowered. So if that's the kind of music you love, then that's what I do. It's so inspirational soul and R&B. And of course, we have our Caribbean flavor as well.
Yeah. And so just looking at some of those highlights in your career, we're going to talk about just two of those. You opened for Kirk Franklin as you were in the early stage of your career. What was that like?
It's amazing. I mean, I've been very grateful to be able to work with some amazing people in the kind of gospel remit and in the mainstream remit as well, because I think that it's very important that the message we have crosses boundaries and is limitless. But with Kurt Franklin, with Fred Hammond and Marvin Sapp and those guys on the gospel side, I always say it's very humbling when you see these legends behind the scenes and you see the story behind their glory, and you realize just how much hard work it takes and how much, when you're an artist, it's not just about showing up and showing off with your gift, but really serving through your gift. And when you see these guys operate on that level, it taught me a lot about what artistry really is and how to use it in the best possible way. So a very humbling experience working with those guys. Really, really inspirational men.
Another highlight, you performed for Bill Clinton when he was president. What was that experience like?
That was amazing. So again, he wasn't actually president at the time, so I think he was the former president at the time. But what was really humbling about that was I was in my dressing room and he actually came and found me and said, listen, you were singing and someone was trying to speak to me at the time, and I had to say to them, 1 second, let me just hear this girl sing. She's incredible. So just to see how complimentary and how humble he was to come and actually seek me out when he was the leader of the free world, like, you know, that was really quite surreal. But again, it's been wonderful, especially my grandma, again, from Maypen, used to always say to me, Rachel, just do what you do. Your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men. And she used to always say it. My mum used to say it and speak it over me. But when you start to see it manifesting and see the importance of positive words, and I said, you said the former president, and even the UK Prime Minister invited me to 10 Downing Street to commend me for my achievements in music. And I say that humbly just to say that words, so important, so impactful when used in the right way. So yeah, that was a really beautiful experience.
Your project is called Masterpiece, PECE, a different type of piece.
Yeah.
What's the... It seems like you're setting us up for a different kind of conversation. What's that conversation?
I love that you've identified that. Absolutely. Well, first, as you say, it's masterpiece, but of course the peace is spelled peace opposite to war. And really, for me, I think it has two meanings. Firstly, I spent 4 years crafting this album. When I say crafting, making sure that I was using my gift and my team, we were being excellent in how we composed the instruments, how I wrote the songs, and just making sure that it really was an expression of excellence in every way, shape, or form. So it's our masterpiece. It's my masterpiece of the world, and something I'm so proud of. But you're right, the peace side of things it's almost like I dare say, a prayer, a request that no matter where music takes me, no matter what doors it opens, and you know, the industry is a wonderful one. It's been very rewarding for me, but it's crazy also as well. And you can see sometimes the casualties of music as well, because it's an intense environment and industry. But my prayer has always been, wherever music takes me, one thing I'm unreservedly requesting is peace, that the music gives peace, and that wherever music takes me, I receive that peace. So peace is very important to me, and that's one thing that I prioritize over most things. So yeah, as much as it was my masterpiece, it's almost a request that wherever this takes me, my
one peace.
Yeah.
Wonderful. 11 tracks on the album. We're going to zoom in on about 3 of them for the few moments that we have left on the show. And I'm going to start with one called I Do. Take a listen and then we'll chat some more about it.
Come get it, go get it if you want it. Come get it, go get it if you want it. Come get it, go get it if you want it. Come get it, go get it if you want it. Don't say this race, it's not for the swift, but for them that endure it. Only the fittest of the fittest shall survive. And when you have love, you not only survive, but you thrive. Tell them Richard.
It's so big, it's so high. Can't comprehend this love will blow your mind. How it goes hard, it goes in. More than a motherfucker, brother, sister, or your friend. You can't find another like me. Look around the world and then you'll see that no other love is higher, better than you'll ever know. In case you don't know, no one can love you like I do. No matter what, I'll always be around. No one can love you like I do. No matter what, I'll always be around. Don't cry, I'm on your side. Oh, I can't love you like I do. And if you're thinking that nobody
Ooh, I like that. That one, that one kind of surprised me there, Richard. That's a nice touch. So in this song, you're promoting a genuine love, which many maybe don't, maybe many people might say that's hard to find. But what's the main message you want, maybe all women to get from this track?
I think my main thing is that we all have access to a divine love.
Rachel?
Is honestly, it's all encompassing. And even next to Fred, one of the lyrics is, when the fight is getting harder.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Am I on?
Can you hear me? You can hear me okay?
Richard?
Yeah, you can. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Okay. Am I coming through?
You're coming through. I can hear you perfectly.
We lost the connection. Seems like we lost the connection.
Okay. I'm still here. 1 2. Can you hear me?
All right. Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing you perfectly. I can hear you perfectly well. Yeah, I can hear you. 1 2. I can't. 1 2. 1 2. Okay, I can't hear you now. One, two. One, two.
Alrighty, Kalando. Yeah, well, okay. I'm hearing you. I'm not sure what happened to the guest.
So we lost Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could probably just play the other two tracks and then it's unfortunate we didn't get to wrap up the interview in the way that we wanted. Right. But that was a nice song. I wanted to hear from her.
I like her sound. Oh, she's back. Oh, yes, you're back with us. Great.
Listen, you can't keep me down.
Can't keep a good man down.
No, that's good. All right, so Rachel, we're gonna go quickly to play "The Artist in Me," which is the song I understand you wrote when you were thinking of ending your musical career. So we're gonna talk about that very quickly when you get back. Let's hear this track quickly, and then we'll come back.
I guess nobody wants to know. He sits here getting old, wondering when his face will see the spotlight. When should he pack it in? or should he fight until the end? Letting dreams consume realities of his life. He gets knocked down, but gets up again. This cycle hurts. When will it end? You don't want to be here anymore. Of this he's sure. Does anybody even hear him? Yeah, yeah. Does anybody even feel him? Yeah. Does anybody even see him? Yeah. Yeah, he finds it so frustrating. The artist in me.
Ooh. All right, so Rachel, what's going on with that?
Great question. That song was really written for, and at the end of the song, we get to a point where I repeat, "You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. He's gonna make it." The reason I wrote this song was because I'm aware that there are many people who have a dream, who have a vision, who have a purpose, and don't know where to start. And I think sometimes we can be so superficially positive. All is well, I'm blessed, it's okay, I'm figuring it out. We don't get comfortable being vulnerable and saying sometimes, I don't have it all together. I don't know what to do. I don't know if anyone sees me. Does anyone even hear me? Is this working? And I think this song really is unapologetic in dealing with the vulnerable. But at the end of the song, just reminds you that it's okay to sometimes not have things figured out, but sometimes stepping by faith and making a step forward. I remember my spiritual mentor, my pastor, always said to me, Rachel, make the steps forward. The obstacles melt away, but the obstacles melt away in response to faith. So the song just basically allows myself and people to be vulnerable and say, you know what? The artist in me or the entrepreneur in me, the whatever you're doing is struggling right now. But I know we're gonna make it.
Yeah. We have to, I'm going to ask Giovanni to play the third song in his segment because we have to leave it there. Unfortunately, we glitched earlier, cut out a bit of our time. But Rachel, I love your music. It sounds very great. And I'm sure people are going to enjoy it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it. This 11-track album, Masterpiece, P-E-A-C-E. And as you said, you want to have peace wherever your music takes you to, and you wish people peace. And I want to thank you for joining us inside your world of music today, and tell us quickly how people can follow you and how we can get the music.
Absolutely. As you say, Masterpiece is available on all music platforms at the moment, and you can connect with me personally on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, of course, YouTube. And my music handle is very simple, Rachel Kerr Music, Kerr being Kerr, Rachel Kerr Music. And again, I'm really active on all the social media platforms and love hearing people's response to the music. But yes, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that, Rachel Kerr Music, and my website, rachelkerrmusic.com.
And I'm going to follow you right now and say thank you for joining us.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Thank you so much.
All right, Rachel, come back anytime when you've got some more exciting stuff to share with us.
I will do. Thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.
All right. That takes care of your world of music and Engage today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Giovanni and Dave, for taking care of things on the technical side. Thank you for joining us today. Join us again next Friday to Engage. Engage is your drive time entertainment and lifestyle choice right here on Family Station Love 101. We go at 5:30. Have yourselves a great weekend. Goodbye.
Well, here is Change. She's taking us out, Kalando.
Oh, great.
So I'm sure the future is great. If everything is gone because I get the feeling that it's gonna be okay. I pray for a change. So I'm sure the future is great. If everything is gone because I get the feeling that it's gonna be okay. See, I've been standing on his promises, and I'm sure that he listens when I get on my knees and pray. And finally, I can see favor and prosperity is making its way to me. I can feel a change. Today, I am feeling so blessed, and I pledge that for you I'll do my best. You promised you'd get me through this test of my part. Now, Lord, you do the rest. Cause I pray for a change, so I'm assured the future is great. If everything is going God's way, I get the feeling that it's gonna be okay. I pray for a change, so I'm assured the future is great. If everything is going God's way, I get the feeling that it's gonna be. That was totally wicked!
This message will self-destruct.
You may now disengage.
So what you doing for Lent? Aggressive fish for Lent, so is that me doing? Me can't eat healthier, and me don't have to scale one fish. They make all the fish I want in different flavor and style. Plus, canned fish more reasonable.
Attention shoppers! Buy Grace Mackerel, Grace Sardines, and Grace Tuna. It's the healthy, easier, and more affordable choice for Lent.
Hold my spot in the line. I'm gonna pick up some more Grace Mackerel and Grace Sardine, yeah?
Grace has your fish for Lent. Value deals in participating stores.
Seniors, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is advising that the next payment under the Social Pension Program will be made on March 15, 2022. If you qualify for a benefit and submitted your application, your payment may be ready. Check your text messages to confirm your payment arrangements. For further information, call 876-922-8007 or check the Ministry's website, www.mlss.gov.jm. The Social Pension Program, caring for our elderly. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
I did a crazy attack. You see me is a real G, real go-getter. My life moves non-stop. So me have to stay linked and floor yard and road. My connect and one plan link me up at home with Wi-Fi and on my mobile with data and calls to any network. At my yard, non-stop streaming my vibes are studying from a picnic them and out the road and non-stop vibes. Same way. Flow connect me non-stop for as little as $3,999 a month plus GCT. I forget it. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
The following is a message from the Ministry of Tourism.
Without a doubt, tourism is Jamaica's #1 industry, and our dedicated workers are its greatest asset. Jamaica would not be the heartbeat of the world without you. As the industry rebounds from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, we truly need all hands on deck, yours included. Vaccination holds the hope for tourism's full recovery. In addition to COVID-19 protocols, it is the only comprehensive way to fight the pandemic and save lives. I am therefore urging every worker in the tourism and hospitality industry, in all the subsectors, including accommodation, attraction, entertainment, transportation and craft, to do your part and get vaccinated. Do it for yourself, your family, your workplace, and your community. Do it for Jamaica, land we love. Stay safe. Get vaccinated.
The preceding message was brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism.
This is Love 101 FM, the family station. The Minister of Health and Wellness invites members of the public to attend a vaccination site on Saturday and Sunday, March 12 and 13, to receive their first, second, or booster dose of the AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Sinopharm, or Johnson & Johnson vaccine for persons 18 years or older. Jamaicans 12 years and older will be offered the first or second dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Saturday, March 12, St. Thomas, Rant Bay Health Center, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Joseph's Hospital, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Duhaney Park Health Center, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Harborview Health Center at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Fontana Pharmacy, Barbican and Waterloo, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Medstop Medical, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Health Plus Associates, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rudite Medical, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. In Westmoreland, Savannah Labar Medical Center, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Royal Medical Center, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And in St. James, Montego Bay Comprehensive Health Center, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Persons should take their vaccination card, a government-issued identification, or letter from a justice of the peace. Let's get vaccinated and get back to life. This is Love 101.
Shivani Blair. Fellowship Fridays. Fellowship Friday with Shivani Blair on Love 101 FM. Oh yeah, thank God it's Friday.
Thank you. It is 18 minutes to 7 o'clock on this here Friday. It's 11th of March, 2022. It's a beautiful Friday evening. Trust you had a good day. Trust you had a good week. Yeah, I'm Shivani Blair, and together we journey all the way until 10:30. I want to say welcome to you listening on the internet at love101.org. If you're listening on the FM band, 101.1, 101.3, 101.5, 101.7, and 101.9, big thank you for the company. If you're listening on the app, just a reminder, you can get it today from the Google Play or the App Store. It's absolutely free. And so the encouragement is that you ought to get the app and stay connected whilst you're on the go. If you're listening on Flow Channel 801 or DigiPlay 781, thanks for the company. Cheers to the weekend. Happy Friday, folks. It's going to be a great, great, great program. Looking forward to your company.
A voice that is crying for more as he sits at the door. An old man that's poor, but we pass him by. We ignore his cries. Where's the Christ that's inside of us? A young girl who stands at the corner of the street doesn't know her worth as she sells her body, but we pass her by. We ignore her cries. Where's the Christ that's inside of us? What if we are the only Jesus people see? What if our words and our laughter, a song with the power, can change many hearts? But if we hide it, we deny him. What if we are the only Jesus people see? Through the walk that we walk, give Christ a chance to be seen. What if we are the only Jesus people see? We are the salt of the earth. We shine a light on the world. To those who never heard the gospel of Christ, the job is yours and it's mine to share it. Evangelists and preachers we all cannot be, but the lives that we live can be our testimony to the thousands of men who have never met Christ. Let them meet him in our lives. What if we are the only Jesus people see? What if our words and our laughter, a song with the power, can change many hearts? But if we hide it, we deny him. What if we are the only Jesus people see? Through the walk that we walk, give Christ a chance to be seen. What if we are the only Jesus people see? No more hiding in the dark. See, I'm ready to go far with Christ, my Lord. Lead the challenge today. Show others the way. Believe that you are. Believe you are the only Jesus people see. Through your words and your laughter, a song with the power and change many hearts. But if you hide it, you deny him. Believe you are the only remains to be seen. What if you are the only Jesus people see?
Fellowship Fridays. Fellowship Fridays.
Yes, Michael Jackson, Heal the World. With all that's going on, we all need a little healing. Really, really nice. Gentle reminder there from Michael Jackson, Heal the World. This is Love 101. It's the family station. Going to run to a break. Take care of some business and come back in just a moment.
Your taxes hold the key.
Get online this March 15. File and pay your final income tax return for 2021 and estimated return for 2022. All returns should be filed online and on time with many options to pay. JamaicaTax.gov.jm, direct funds transfer, NCB online banking. Be tax smart. Pay taxes your way. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
If you are looking for entertaining and educational sports discussions, then Sports Talk has you covered. Join me, Daniel Blake, Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. as I deliver interesting sporting conversations, special interviews, features, and interactions with you, the listeners. Sports Talk is sponsored by Jamaica Customs Agency, Country Above Self, and Accountant General's Department, service with excellence, touching the life of every Jamaican. Sports Talk, Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. with me, Daniel Blake, right here on the family station, Love 101.
If you know about illegal guns, if you know about murder, if you know about drugs, gangs, or scams, connect with crimestopjamaica.com or call 311 toll-free. Don't tell us your name. Tell us what you know. A reward is offered for information that leads to an arrest. crimestopjamaica.com or call 311. Crime Stop. Solving crime pays. Crime is a disease, and you can help cure it.
Shavani Blair, Fellowship Fridays. Fellowship Friday with Shavani Blair on Love 101 FM. Oh yeah, thank God it's Friday. 101.1, 101.3, 101.5, 101.7, 101.9. Love is all you need.
Hey folks, 7 o'clock.
It's your time. Hey, Fellowship Friday. On Love 101. Fellowship Friday. Time for good Christian fun. Oh, it's your time to shine. Your time to grow. Your time to know. Oh, time for Fellowship Friday. Yeah. Fellowship Friday. We come to keep you entertained. Game show every first Friday. Friday light, singing and comedy. Young people, the place you wanna be. We come to keep you in the world. Capture walk with nightly devotion. The outline here, somebody's story. Fellowship Friday. On Love 101. Fellowship Friday. Time for good Christian. Time to grow, your time to know. Time for Fellowship Friday. Yeah, Fellowship Friday. Third Friday, a youth invasion. Youth fellowship at the cover the nation. Great host, great music selection. Right here on Fellowship Friday. Oh, Fellowship Friday. Fellowship Friday. Time for good Christian fun. Oh, it's your time to shine. Your time to grow. Your time to know. Oh, time for Fellowship Friday. Yeah, Fellowship Friday.
Shavani Blair, Fellowship Fridays. Fellowship Friday with Shavani Blair on Love 101 FM. Oh yeah, thank God it's Friday.
Hey folks, 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. A very good evening to you. How you doing? Happy Friday. Yeah, it's March 11. Can you imagine? It's the 11th day of the month of March. By the way, have y'all seen the prices? Talking about the gas prices. Have you glimpsed at some of those prices? Oh my goodness, I'm coming down and I'm like, look at the prices. it's it's unbelievable. Boy, I was somewhere yesterday and I saw I think it's two. Hold on, let me tell you. I have to tell you. Uh, they have it up for 237. So I said to my sister, these people are crazy. 237. Oh my goodness. Anyway, want to say hi and welcome to you listening on the internet at love101.org. If you're listening on the FM band, 101.1, 101.3, 101.5, 101.7, and 101.9. Thank you so much for the company. If you're listening on Flow Channel 801 or Digiplay 781, thanks for touching base. If you're listening on the app, thank you. And just a reminder, you can get the app today from the Google Play or the App Store. It's absolutely free. And so download and stay connected whilst you're on the go. A friend of mine downloaded the app a few moments ago for his grandma. So, and he taught her how to navigate the app. I'm quite impressed and I'm happy, So thanks, a friend, and thanks to your grandma who's listening. She listens to Love every single day. That much I can tell you. So, yeah, so download the app and stay connected whilst you're on the go. It's quite user friendly. It's quite convenient. And if you have to leave the home, yeah, you can have it on your phone. Yeah, so you put your AirPods in or you have your earphones or whatever you use, and you're good to go. You Chris or you curry. So there are several ways in which you can stay with us, and so we are super excited, and we thank you so very much for the company. And let me just send my friend and his family some love this evening. They're going through a very challenging time, and so we're wrapping them in a whole lot of love, and we're just reminding them of how loved and appreciated they are. And, yeah, we're standing with you, and so no worries. All right, very well. Y'all have a great weekend. Anyway, it's 4 minutes after 7 o'clock. Big thanks to the folks on the text line. I'm seeing some of the messages. 876-997-3125. Thanks for the company. And let me say happy birthday to you if it's your birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. Yes. And if you're just celebrating life like me, hey, my friend, continue to do so. Not so much to give him thanks for. He's amazing. He's great. He is all of that and so much more. And so it's going to be a great weekend. We say cheers to the weekend. Yeah, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I'm free. I'm forgiven. And then, and I'm fine. So it's going to be a great weekend. By the way, Youth Zoom is on. Yes, Youth Zoom is on. It's back. And so I have a very special guest coming up at 8 o'clock. A very interesting young person. And you just can't afford to miss out on that story.